Wonderful. The power cores are active. Xalos units, listen close and listen fast.
Greetings, travelers! Welcome to the 5th entry of Xalos Conquest. The development has an interesting revelation I'm here to document today. For starters, we now have a team of voice actors and a musician to aid us in the audio portion. With this new team, we aim to sell the game for $5 on Steam. I'll begin a Steam page once it's at 60% completion. As for the Robo Bunnies, they are currently in hibernation mode, but must not to worry, you see, as they may be back in the future. For now though, let us start off with the intro dialogue.
Wonderful. The power cores are active. Xalos units, listen close and listen fast. The battle that awaits before us will not forego undemanding. Venetian imperial motto goes as said, no great advance is made without great sacrifice. Units 2 through 6, press on our objective within Alpha Centauri. Unit Xalos A1, you have been tasked with conquering the Sol System. May the Archon light your path.
For context, the Venetian engineers has constructed us Xalos to take on the inferior planets. We'll be playing through the lenses of Xalos as we take on Earth. And through this hostile takeover, we have a ship AI that can guide us in our goals. However, the AI's voice lines are still being workshopped at the moment. As for the location you see here, this is our glorious ship, our home base if you may. We have parallax stars, windows, engines, banners, we have it all. I even overhauled the texture of the ship to resemble Xalos and his faction more. And with our ship all prepped up, let us take a look at these two stations here. Starting with the upgrade station. Here we'll be able to upgrade our basic attack, heavy attack, and summoning. To upgrade, you need fusion chips that can only be obtained through the missions, and the maximum you can get is 4. Which means you can't max everything out. You will need to choose your points carefully. Fortunately, you do have the option to reset your points as many times as you want before jumping into Earth. So experiment and get your desired combos. Next up is the save station, which of course allows you to save your progress, so long as this is nearby. There's only 3 save slots, with 2 buttons each. I may add a time lapse on each save, but that's for future me to do. Present me would now show you the mission panel. Here we see Earth, and if we click ahead, and if we click mission 1, it will take us to the mission briefing. The AI will speak to us on our current objectives, and when we are ready, we click proceed. We are now on Earth, and I have retextured the environment and enemies a bit. The enemies also have a new walking animation, consisting of 8 frames instead of 6. They can also get stunned after taking a certain amount of damage. I prefer this method instead of giving the player the ability to knock back the enemies. As for the robots, I haven't updated their looks yet, but they can now follow the player through the environment, and if enemies are nearby, they will shift their attention to them. If the enemies are vanquished, they will then shift their attention back to the player. It is glorious in its simplicity. To make these robot minions, you need biomass, which can only be attained through defeating these Earthlings. You start the level off with 0, and you will slowly build up your army as you advance. For level objects, like the barricades for instance, they now have less details in them, which makes for much easier visibility. I learned that trading extra details for better readability is more powerful in visually guiding the player. As for the goal of Mission 1, you need to capture a nearby sandstone outpost by clearing out the enemies inside and touching that flag stand. There's no code for it yet, but touching the flag after would trigger a victory response and bring the player back to the spaceship. But besides that, I basically have gone over all the new changes I made so far. Next up on the list is updating the robot looks, the upgrade animations, and AI pathfinding. I want to make sure all that is done before I tackle Mission 2, so when I do design that level, there'll be a lot less obstacles in the way. Nevertheless, thank you all for checking entry number 5 of Xalos Conquest, and I shall bid you all farewell.